going on? Waiting for viewers. What's good, everybody? Everybody, welcome. Come on in. Let me talk to y'all for a minute. Be sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe. All right, I'm about to get into it. There's only one person on here, but that's all I need. So everybody, welcome. I want to let y'all know how I became to know the Holy Trinity. So it started off probably like around my 20s. I got into a lot of stuff when I was younger. I ain't understand. And now that I'm older, I have a much wiser understanding of what's going on in this world. So crazy out here. And I think everybody need to build their own spiritual journey. Need to build your own relationship with the Trinity. But how I started out, in my 20s, my mother asked me to read the Bible. So as I'm reading the Bible, trying to understand it, it's not like I understood it fully. I don't think nobody really understands, a book that you never read. But once you start reading it and you get a better understanding of, life, it makes more sense. So in my 20s, my mother came to me and asked me to read the Bible. Now, growing up, which I said in another video, I pretty much knew of God. I didn't know God. I didn't know the Holy Trinity. But then in my walk, her introducing me, she gave me a Bible. I opened up the Bible, started from page 1, tried my best to read through the whole thing. Now, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't the most difficult thing. I got a Bible reading book. I just was trying to understand what it was about. So I'm just here to encourage anybody. If you want to get to know any book, I just say that you should believe in something. That's whether Muslim, if you're a Christian, what's going on, everybody? No matter where you came from, the whole point in this life is to build a relationship with the higher being. If you think you're the highest being, it's going to be hard for you. And it's still hard afterwards, but you get a better understanding that if you read the book of instructions, that's how you know how to do stuff. So if everybody who open up the book and know what it's about, it's pretty much about our lives. It's pretty much stories that we live right now. So what I'm doing right now is pretty much giving y'all my stories from my perspective, just to give you a better understanding on me and how God uses me to help other people, whether that's encourage them, give them words of encouragement, or helping out in any way that you can, because everybody need help. And that's what this world is missing right now. Everybody for themselves, and it's just a free-for-all. So growing up, I started reading the Bible. I was like in my 20s. And it's a crazy story because my mother, she pretty much had a brain tumor. So she told us all, I don't know what's going to happen. I have to get surgery to get it removed. So with her doing that, she asked me to start reading the Bible. Once I opened it up, started to get a better understanding. It was the old Bible, so I didn't understand it, but I just kept reading to the end. And by the end of it, I still didn't understand, and I was still in my 20s. But then one day, I was coming home, and I was in a bad situation. financially. So I come home and I see this mail and it has money on the front. It's from a church called St. Matthew's. So St. Matthew's sent me that and it says, do you need prayer? And I'm like, yeah. So this is like one of those things where it's like, I did it by faith. So by me opening up the mail, it was saying you can pray for yourself, your family, whoever. So I went ahead and did it. I've never experienced it before, so I was just trying something new. And like I said, this is just to encourage anybody who's wanting to know more about God, wanting to know more about the Holy Trinity. I would encourage you to do it because you're not going to understand until you try. So in my trying, I was able to understand that with the Bible reading book, of course, I was able to understand that God doesn't do what we want, but what he wants. It's always about his will and not our will. So I just want everybody, hey, everybody coming in. I just want everybody, if you can, like, comment, share, especially if something resonates with you. So going through my life and my 20s, understanding the Bible was real hard for me. But I read the whole thing and I understood it as much as I can. When I started to really understand it is when I started to go through the experiences of life. That's when it's going to knock you down and you either get back up and realize I do need to have a higher power, somebody that's higher than me, guiding me in a way that people on this earth can't. We go around looking for people to help us. And it's all through God, but that's only if you understand that. So going through life, understanding that God is everything. You hear people say it all the time, but we need to move like that. So what I want to say is, let me see. Nobody ain't leave no comment yet. Let me see something. Yeah, like I was saying, it's pretty much to help other people. And like I said, I just want everybody to understand what's going on in this world is they start taking God out of a lot of things. And with that being said, without God, what do you have? Feel free to leave comments. Somebody just left one. Let me see. I was wondering if you would... Anyway, I don't need no logo right now, my guy. So in my 20s, I was going through everything. And when St. Matthew sent me something in the mail, which pretty much was saying, if you want money, we can help you. So I'm thinking that they go send me cash. I opened it up and it was actually a tithe book. And at that time, I didn't have no money. I didn't have no job. I was living with my mother. And then I just said, you know what? If I don't have nothing, all I could do is just pray. And like I said, I was reading the Bible, trying to get a better understanding. So they told me, go ahead and pray. They'll pray for my family and give us the opportunity to pray for anything we want. So, of course, I was thinking I was going to get money. Definitely didn't go like that. It went more like, we'll pray for you. So I started praying for things like, I needed a job. I wanted a job. I wanted a car. I wanted to be able to, support myself. So with that being said, they prayed for me. And all of a sudden, I was able to get a job. Now, that was crazy in itself because I had worked for this temp agency. And the temp agency sent me to a place, which was Snapple. I don't know if any of y'all know about Snapple. Well, I know everybody know about Snapple, but Snapple pretty much was a temp agency job. But if you go through the temp agency and you do good, they pretty much hire you full time. So by me praying, I was able to get the job. And when St. Matthew's used to send things, it used to be like, testimonies in there. And if any of y'all ever saw testimonies and some of them seem unbelievable, even when we go through life, Our testimonies seem unbelievable to people who have never experienced the love of God or experienced God in a way that they can, share their experiences with others. So I see more and more how more people are seeing the love of God and sharing that amongst each other. And it's a beautiful thing, because without it, we don't really have nothing. Excuse me. We don't really have nothing without God. And with me having that Bible reading book, and then St. Matthew sending me something with the tithing, slowly but surely my life just started changing. And before that, I didn't really understand where it was coming from. But then once I started to understand, God made this possible for me. And in the tithing book, if anybody know about tithes, they ask for 10%. So if you go through life and you ain't have nothing and you prayed about it and all these things start happening, would you feel inclined to give the 10%? Y'all can leave comments if you do. I really need y'all to comment and interact with me. Leave likes, any of the emojis down there that you want to press. If it's funny, whatever. But yeah, with me going through that, giving the 10% was the best thing that I could ever do. So if you don't know, we spend 10% of our checks on things that we don't even need, things that can't do nothing for you. Like a lot of times we spend it on food, water, things like that. So by you giving the 10% will give you the chance to know what God can do. And I mean that in a way, like for everybody to test them. If you've been getting your whole check and spending the whole thing and still feel broke after, I think you should try it. And giving your 10% to me doesn't mean the church. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't give to churches. If you have a church home, that's where you want to give your first 10%. But if you see somebody on the street that need help, that's just as good. That's paying tithes. Helping people on the street, giving people your time, giving people words of encouragement. That costs way more than money. When people going through things and they're looking for money, like I was when I told you that I opened up the mail, the prayers is what changed everything. Prayers are priceless. And until you find out for yourself, as far as, we all got people that we say, pray for us. And then you look back and say, wow, things started to change because prayer really works. But then after you start praying, just beginning as a Christian, you try to understand, you're trying to understand life and understanding what does it mean. So we all here for a purpose. Our purpose is really to help people. And we all go through life thinking that we're not doing enough, thinking that we're not enough, but our purpose is just help people in any way that you can. And everybody can do that. Just saying something kind to somebody, giving them a smile is enough. But you can do more once you know more. So with St. Matthew's Church, I had the tithe, I was paying it. And when I tell you that everything changed, the testimonies that I was reading in there, it was people saying, I just got a new house. I just got 3 cars. I just got this. And it sounds unbelievable because you don't give the tithe to receive it back. But once you start praying for things and God open up them doors, it's really hard not to be thankful and realize that what would I do without him? And just let me give my all, whether it's, like I said, a smile, kind words, anything that will help somebody go through their day and be like, man, you just don't know what I was going through. If that didn't come right on time, that's why everything around God and surrounding God is always right on time. It's in his time, not ours. So, and I asked y'all, please go ahead and comment. Whoever watching, what's good, cuz? What's going on, Rose? Daphne? Yeah, like I said, y'all can like, comment, anything if it resonates with you. So me going through my life with St. Matthew's, having the 10%, giving it and seeing everything change, Not only did I get a job, I got I had a car in the garage. I ended up getting another car that I bought for my mother, but she wasn't driving at the time because, like I said, she had a brain tumor. So she was scared to drive. So I had 2 cars, and then I ended up getting a third car, which was a brand new car. I had a 2009 Acura. No, 2009. I got it in 2008. Or I'm saying it backwards, whatever. I had a brand new car. Everything that I pretty much prayed for, I got. And that's pretty much how you can manifest things too. Saying it out loud, writing it down, keeping you a little journal of the things that you want. Because it's so much easier for people to tell you what they don't want. If you ask 10 of your friends right now what they want, they go start their list off with what they don't want. So, like I said, pretty much me going through that, it helped me see that me reading the Bible, that thing coming from the church, which was right on time, me being able to pay my tithes, me being able to test God in a way that he showed up and showed out like he always do. And anybody in the comments, y'all know, God do not play about us. Good evening, blessings, Daphne. Yeah, God don't play about us. You just got to be able to believe. That's what they say faith is, but that's not all it takes. When it comes down to God and us having faith, it's just giving us an opportunity to do our part. We all got a part to play. If you want something, God is not going to come from the sky and put it in your lap and say, here. But at the same time, if he say, go to that car lot, go to that job, you feel led to go to a place and you go there and everything works out, who else can it be besides God just showing out, doing what he always do? God never failed us. He never will fail us. People always complaining about other people changing. People go change all the time. Hopefully for the better, because I went through my time in life where I wasn't doing so good. I wasn't the best person I can be. And that's all I do now is just try and strive to be the best person I could be. I'm not trying to be perfect. Only Jesus is perfect. So anybody in here, if y'all feel me, light up the comments, light up the likes, show me some love, and I'm going to continue on. So I pretty much decided to let God use me in this time because I went through my life always praying when I needed help. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how, my faith got built. I was in situations where, I ain't have no choice but to pray for God. I've been at rock bottom before where there was nobody that can help. Not because they didn't want to, because God didn't allow it. Because it was my turn to do my part. So with that being said, with me going through rock bottom and understanding that God just want to be able to have where we depend on him only, and he'll send people that will, help you in ways. I don't know if y'all ever been somewhere and like somebody gave you money or paid for your food, or if you just felt inclined to do it, whether you did it or not. Those are the tugs on your heart where God is trying to talk to you. He's trying to get your attention. He's just trying to show you that he's here. Like, God is still alive. Well, Jesus is still alive. I know he came to this earth. He got buried and he was in the tomb for 3 days, but you can see him in people if you really look close enough. So I'm going to tell y'all this story, right? It might sound crazy, but this is how all stories start when God is involved. And I know they say you're not supposed to gamble. And I had put up a post. So if y'all can, go check my posts out. Go like those up. Like, comment, share if you can. But one day I went to Atlantic City. And it was the craziest thing. When I got there, I had a couple dollars. And I was walking around, chilling. And then I'm like, let me go and play a little bit. So I went inside to play. I was doing good, but I wasn't trying to spend my whole time just playing in the casino. So I went and walked around, and I saw these guys outside like doing flips. You know, when they be like in New York where they be doing like acrobats or whatever. So they was out there. Hold on, living testimony, being faithful, paying your tithes. Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's what life is all about. Being able to have the tithes and, you know, bless people in a way that they see that God is here. Like we could pray for people when they need it, or you can actually be the person who help. It really don't matter. If you don't have it, you know, I understand you got to pretty much pray for them and say, this is all I have. And God takes that and even flips it around. But back to the story I was saying. So I was in Atlantic City on the boardwalk and I saw these guys. They end up actually being in Alicia Keys' video. That's how good they was. But they would stand around and people would give them money. And I ain't have a lot of money, and I told myself that day, man, when I go inside of the casino and win, I'm going to give them guys some money when I come back out. So I go in the casino, and I was in there by myself, mind you. I used to go to Atlantic City by myself. My mother probably used to go with me. So that's how I started, like, you know, going to the casino. But I'm a loner, so I end up going by myself. And while I'm inside of the casino, it was a guy. He came over to me and he asked me for a favor. And I'm like, it seemed kind of weird. And if anybody know, you know, it is kind of weird for a person in the casino to come up to you if you don't know him. So he comes up to me and he tells me, I'm from Staten Island. What's going on, everybody that's in here? He said he from Staten Island and he needed me to give him $5 because he don't have a way home. He came here with people, he don't know where they at. And all he asked me for was $5. Now, mind you, before I even saw the guy, I pulled $5 out my pocket to put in the machine, but I already had money in the machine. And it's crazy because soon as he asked, I started thinking, is he following me? Has he been watching me this whole time while he asking? So I immediately was like, nah, I don't have it. With the $5 in my hand, mind you. And the craziest thing happened. Like, this is the first time with my experience with reading the Bible and trying to understand. I felt like this tug, like, you should give it to him. So I jumps up, take the money out, and try and find the guy. The guy disappeared. The moral of the story is I lost my money. I would put myself in a situation where I felt like God could have really blessed me. And when I went outside, I still gave the guys money. But my encouragement to all of y'all is do things when you feel it. Like, I wish I would have just gave them the money before I went in the casino because I could have lost my money. I wish I would have gave the guy the $5 because the only way that you understand what giving means is to be in that situation. Because when you need it and people look at you and be like, I'm not giving you that. That's when you start to really understand, wow, I should give more because I've been in that situation. I know how that feels firsthand to be at the bottom and not have nothing and people just look at you like, oh, nah, we're not doing that. So, like I said, I'm just here to try and encourage everybody. I'm going to just keep telling my story, letting God use me and my experience to help anybody. So if it helped anybody, if people just coming in right now, please comment, like, subscribe, share. And go, look at my other posts. This is what I've been doing for a while as far as letting God use me in different ways. So if anybody in here, or if you see this video later, if you have anything positive to say that I helped you with, or anything that you can say that I did in my posts to help you in any type of way, feel free to let me know or put it in the comments. What's good, cuz? Yeah, I'm about to sign off, though. I was just giving y'all a little bit of my story. If anybody want to comment, I'm still here for a few minutes. What's going on, everybody? Ray. What's going on, Teller? Bill, Stolly, Rose. So I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm about to put the video up, so if you didn't catch it, you can go back. Like I said, I need y'all to like, comment, share. That's it. Thank you.